teeth. Yeah.
He says, it's never fun going to the vet.
Oh, good job.
It can never be fun.
Let me see this side. Oh, good job.
Hello, everyone. That is new resident Puma, begrudgingly letting Dr. Camper examine his teeth for his formal intake exam here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. Next up is the eyes. We all met Mr. Puma. If you're subscribed to our e-newsletter, if you follow us on Facebook, you would have saw his introduction this morning. Boy, oh boy, have we been getting lots and lots of calls on hybrids, calls and emails. You guys heard Tammy's story in the e-newsletter and a Facebook post. I even man the phones here a lot here at the Wildcat Sanctuary, and we can never, ever overstate how many hybrid calls that we get. And let alone the past 2 weeks, it seems like it has really been at a fevered pitch. So we're so happy to welcome Mr. Puma into the Wildcat Sanctuary. And with welcoming him to TWS, we just really want to emphasize on what is an appropriate pet and what are hybrids and why, unfortunately, most of the times that they don't end up making appropriate house pets. And Mr. Puma, if you read his story, he unfortunately was brought back to a shelter not just once, but twice for not using the litter box. So Mr. Puma fortunately was able to make his way here to the Wildcat Sanctuary, where he's going to have all the outlets to exercise in his bungalow, hang out with other hybrids just like him, and of course, this is his first day of many receiving the excellent care here that's provided by our vet staff and caretaking staff here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. Hey everyone, thanks for joining us today. Hey Toy, Lois, Lydia. Hi Susan. Lots of hellos to you, Mr. Puma. Sue Button, thanks for joining us. Hello to you, Sydney. Oh, great job. And that was just a vaccination there for Mr. Puma. We're going to be doing some blood work. We saw Dr. Camper checking out his teeth. And you guys have tagged along for our intake exams before. We're going to be checking out Mr. Puma. I see Dr. Camper reaching along his neck there. Mr. Puma is unfortunately four-paw declawed. So he does have a little mats kind of under and behind his ear there because he's not able to groom or scratch those out as he would if he had claws. So we're also going to be doing a little spa day for Mr. Puma as well to make him feel extra comfortable. We don't want him any discomfort from that mat. And obviously it's vet day here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. You guys were here earlier for Shazam's wellness exam as well for us to get a closer look at the masses that caretakers noticed on his cheek. Mr. Puma is getting his wellness exam, and then included in this vet day we have one other wellness exam happening today. So definitely a busy day here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. You've heard Tammy say it before. You've heard me say it. Even routine exams like this in our on-site hospital can be quite expensive. And we always appreciate everyone's support stepping up. And hey, for a cat like Puma, he's new to the Wildcat Sanctuary. I've already heard Lynette, our donor services coordinator. He says, I'm going to split. Signing up some people to be sponsors to Mr. Puma. So thank you to those who have already signed up. Oh, looks like he says, I don't like the clippers. That's Dr. Camper just trying to help him out with that mat on his cheek. If you're just joining us, everyone, welcome, welcome. We are here with another live post in our on-site hospital, a special one with Mr. Puma, who's saying, I'm happy to be here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. Sometimes vet appointments aren't the most fun, aren't they, big guy? My cat doesn't like vet appointments either. We're welcoming Mr. Puma here to the Wildcat Sanctuary. You guys learned his story today. He came to us after he was living at a shelter and was returned not just once but twice for not using a litter box. And unfortunately, that's a pretty common theme with the hybrid cats, is them just not wanting to use a litter box. Unfortunately, a lot of the times it can just not be in their nature, being a cross between a wild and a domestic cat. They want to go where they want to go. Oftentimes it can be territory urination. Mr. Puma's story is unfortunately one that's shared with many of our hybrid cats, is just bad litter box habits and them not making a successful house companion. Little teamwork. These tube treats that you guys, I'm sure, frequently see on our Amazon wish list have quickly become an absolute hit here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. I'd say it was the freeze-dried chicken treats that used to be the former favorite of the cats, but I think it's these tube treats. So you can see Dr. Camper is giving him a little incentive while Joan helps him out with that mat. I mentioned earlier that Puma is unfortunately four-pawed declawed, and so looks like he developed a little mat in his cheek, and we're helping him get that out. I'm going to back up for a moment and look at everyone's comments, since I haven't had a moment to do that. Glad to see all the warm welcomes to Mr. Puma. And Puma is a very social guy. When he arrived just last week, he arrived he was meowing and very vocal about his arrival, almost announcing it in a way. And I was there with our operations director, Kelly, who brought him into our quarantine bungalow. And zoop, Mr. Puma disappeared in there, and I was waiting there to take photos. And I'm like, what in the heck? What is he doing? And I go and I look in, and Puma, I thought he'd be exploring the place, but he was getting right down to business and was rubbing on a catnip toy, just absolutely having a blast. So I'm sure Mr. Puma is also very happy to be here because he is so social and is going to be getting all the social attention that he desires. Glad to see some people talking about what is an inappropriate cat to have at home. There's no doubt that these Bengals do make good pets, oftentimes to experienced Bengal owners. But we here at TWS just want to advise everyone about some of the things that can happen when you're taking a hybrid cat, a hybrid between a domestic and a wild cat, into your home, and some of the things that can happen. And we here at TWS are here kind of picking up the pieces from that, where people, unfortunately, if they would have educated themselves in the first place and we could actually stifle the demand for these cats to be bred, then fortunately there wouldn't be situations like Puma in the first place. Somebody is saying Puma's name should be Mr. Wriggles. Lots of warm welcomes from Mr. Puma. Thank you, everyone. And you heard Tammy earlier, we're kind of in the middle of our vet day. So Puma was sandwiched in between Shazam. We're going to be having Serval Chili in for a routine wellness exam later today. It's been wonderful to bring you guys. I know you love the behind-the-scenes look here at the Wildcat Sanctuary of some of the happenings, and also a look at the dedicated care that goes in to our residents here at the Wildcat Sanctuary, thanks to your support, obviously. Mr. Puma, it's been awesome to meet this guy. He has been so polite and respectful for his intake exam. I know it can't be the most fun when everybody's poking and prodding at you, mister, but we appreciate your patience. And again, it's been such a great sign to hear that Mr. Puma's already gained a couple sponsor parents so far, but you guys know it actually takes multiple sponsor parents to support the life of a cat like Puma. So if you would absolutely love to take Puma under your arm, looks like we're going to get a weight here too, under your wing, as a sponsor child, we would very much appreciate that, and you can do that, sign up via our website. We'll find out a weight on Mr. Puma. You are a bigger boy. 12.3 pounds, Mr. Puma. And Mr. Puma is 10 years old. I don't know if I mentioned that at all during his exam. But again, hey everyone, thank you again for another, oh look at those butt scratches, for another installment of a Wildcat Sanctuary Vet Day today. Welcome, Mr. Puma, to the Wildcat Sanctuary. Welcome to your Compassionate Forever home. And thank you everyone for giving Mr. Puma the warmest TWS welcome, the welcome that you give to all of the new rescues here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. But stay tuned again today for another live post from Vet Day, and we look forward to seeing everyone soon. Bye, Mr. Pooms.